it going, everybody? My name is Dushan Williams, and I kind of want to talk about MetaHumans. I actually got a chance to be part of that kind of early access, and I've been messing with the program a little bit, and I kind of wanted to go over my thoughts and kind of the stuff that I did. I wanted to see if I can create myself as close as possible in this program, and I think that kind of would give me the best depth of kind of what I can do with the program. Allows me to explore it. I can kind of tell how easy the program is from then and there, and I think, you know, after going through it, I think there is a lot of stuff to say about it. Kind of start off with trying to get into the program and everything. I think it's, as far as like how everything looks and everything, I think it's really easy. They give you about like 50 characters that you can start with, and I'm kind of glad that they do that, just because for a lot of stuff like this, I thought the most intimidating thing would be to like just get a blank face and start doing some morphing and mapping and stuff without any real direction or starting point. And I think one of the things that I did like and what I learned the best thing to do is to make sure you find a model to start with that's really closer to your face, jawline, and everything. Not necessarily your skin color. I find the hardest thing to replicate in the program so far is skin color, but it's not as important as making sure that your face look like it has the right weight to it. A lot of the stuff that I've seen so far is faces and kind of stuff like that really is flat, meaning like when a picture's kind of taken a little bit, you know, for some faces they look a little bit more thinned in, kind of like, you know, they're kind of squished, and some faces they look like they're a little bit more spread out. When I took a picture of myself, kind of like in the mirror, kind of like give me some good lighting and everything, I always look like my face was skinnier than kind of what it really is. I'm not a really big guy, but I do have a more heavy set face. I don't look as, you know, high schoolish as I used to back in the day. I wanted to kind of form some stuff around that. So as I started kind of working to the program and everything, one of the things that I kind of noticed with like eyes and everything is that you can get them close. This is kind of where the unnatural valley part of it kind of breaks in, where you're trying to recreate kind of how your eyes sit, you know, on your face. And a lot of times you realize that the way that you can move eyes around changes drastically the whole image, but also you realize how limited you are in some cases. If you don't pick the right model at the very beginning, then stuff between the eyes here, the bridge, and the mouth, like this section right here, becomes very difficult to use. And so for me, like I picked Trey first at one point just to see if I could move that, but when I did it about like a second time just to kind of see if I could have a better starting point, I tried it with somebody that was a little bit bigger than me, that had the nose that was closer to my roundness, but mainly it was the bridge that I was really worried about. Now, one of the other things about the program that I wish, you know, was kind of more available was actually handling the strength of the beard. So for me, like a lot of the presets and stuff, some of them were close depending on, you know, how much I shaved or not. But right now, like I got my, you know, beard trimmed a little bit earlier this week, so to my hair and stuff. My hair isn't as unkept, you know, as some of the pictures that they were kind of showing. A lot of, especially here, like, you know, with my mustache and stuff, I'm a little bit more fuller here, a little bit more fine and cut. And for me to kind of best represent that, I had to pick the pencil mustache. But the pencil mustache was very light, didn't have a lot of hair to it, couldn't add any more definition. And I think that was, you know, it was a little bit away from what my hair is, because I do have a little bit thicker beard. My beard does go up here to the corners of my mouth, while the beards that they have was a little bit lower and not as full defined here. So one thing I do wish that gets changed soon is being able to actually change the thickness of the beards, just that way, even if the beard itself maybe not the right shape in some cases, if I could at least feel like I have more sitting on my face, then I feel like I would have got a lot closer. Another one of the things that I kind of mess with my lips, I don't say that they're hard, but the program doesn't really like to give wiggle room to having a bigger lip versus a smaller top lip. When I take, you know, my still shots, or when I stop whatever, like you will see here, and I kind of go a little bit close, you see here that I'm a little bit bigger bottom lip than top. So when I do this, you see my bottom part just sticks out more. Now, top hair and everything, it's kind of like it is what it is. I think I was able to get really close with my top hair more than anything, and even kind of the way that it's cut on the side, I think that worked out really well and stuff. But for something that's really close to what you could kind of do in a video game, like have different hairstyles or whatever, I think the purpose of having those hairstyles the way that it is if they're already defined, they're probably easier to work with. I didn't have the cool afro that the model that I used did, not like I did back in the day, but it was still cool that I was able to get something close to here, which I feel like for me, you know, as you know, just someone who's black, you know, in video games, it's really hard to kind of replicate that in some of the games that I play. One of the latest ones was closer to Assassin's Creed, where they actually did allow a lot of the changes of the face and hair and all that, but I couldn't have anything like kind of close to what I'm rocking with right now. So my overall final thoughts of the program is I generally like it. I really do feel like this is amazing. I feel like the way that they took it is nice enough to where like I want to keep working with it. I want to create another person. I want to see if I can replicate my friends, you know, the same way and stuff, and just to see how close I can get it. I think that is something cool. I think if they just keep working at that, I think it would be really awesome. But I think what they have right now is just a crazy idea that I think really works out. And with that, that's kind of my review of it. I really, again, I think it's cool. I'm going to work with it a little bit more as long as I can. And I think for some of my next videos, I want to try the challenge that they have going on right now, the animation 11-second challenge thing that they're having going on, to kind of really dive into it. And if you're really interested in looking at that, if you're really interested in seeing how far I get with it, you know, subscribe to the channel. You know, keep up with me. I'll try to post stuff on my feeds and everything. I'll be kind of changing my Instagram and all that, so that way it's a little bit easier to find me. But I think this is going to be exciting. I really want to take this trip, this challenge, and see what I could do if I have the discipline enough to finish it. So with that, hope to see you in the next video, and hopefully everything is great with you. Hopefully you had a good day. Thank you for coming by watching. All right, take care.